Well, I'm all rough and ready today. Yes, I haven't had a shave. I feel... Listen carefully. Listen. Can you tell? I'm rubbing my chin on the microphone. I've never done this before, actually. I haven't shaved for... let me think, about 4 days. And it's all rough round there. I don't know if I like it or not. Yeah, so sometimes you see, the trouble is, once you go past a certain age, I think I might be past there. Oh, please, I don't want to be young again. No, once you go past a certain age, some of the stubble starts going grey, and I've got a few grey bits in there. I don't know if I like it or not. Difficult to know. Anyone watching the YouTube version? But I don't even know if you can see it, actually. Just a minute. Oh, yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. Little bits of of stubble coming out there. Do you like that fashion? We all like to change things now and again. Not too much, mind. I'm not a great fan of change. Certainly not changing anything in the house at my expense, dear. No. And the asthma. Well, I had an asthma review at the doctor's 2 days ago. That was I actually had the appointment booked at 12:20 in the afternoon, right? So I left my house around about 12:05 on my push bike. Oh yes, because the doctor's not too far away. There's actually 2 doctor's surgeries that we use. The main one, which is just down the road, and the other one is a little bit further. So I jumped on my bike and I got lost. I am very, very good at getting lost. Now, please, if I ever ask you for directions to go anywhere, don't start off the sentence with "it's easy. All you have to do is..." Oh, it drives me mad. It drives me mad when people say that, all right? Please don't say that. I'm very, very bad at getting from A to B. That's why I've got sat-nav in the car. Yes. So I'm on my bike, got there, I don't know, sort of round about just after 20 past. And I had trouble finding anywhere to lock my bike. Well, yeah, I'm afraid, yes, I know. Round here, we have to lock everything up, dear, especially when people from the north come down. I told you about that in a previous show. People, I don't like to say names, but you know James Dean, who does matineeshow.co.uk, that podcast? Oh, yes. When he comes down, you must lock everything away. When I say everything, I mean everything. He walks in to an empty box. There's nothing in the house. I said, he says, where do I sit? I said, on that box there that I borrowed from a local supermarket. You can't leave anything else when the northerners come down. Oh, it's horrendous. Us here in the south, clean, living people, loving everyone and stealing nothing. Completely opposite up north. Don't go any further. If you ever come to the UK, I must warn you, don't get any further than the edge of the M25. What do you mean? Yes, I know. I live outside the edge of the M25 as well, but I'm on the west side, you see? North, south, east, west. I'm actually sort of south, west, south, that bit there, okay? That's all right. East, oof. I mean, the trouble is, in the east, you've got people like Ross Patzelt, who does that podcast as well. The Ross Patzelt radio show. .co.uk. Yes. I mean, you must watch out for these people. I've only got your interests at heart here, okay? I mean, you don't have to take any advice from me if you don't want to, but that's it. I'm just passing on what I know. So I got into the doctor's. I looked at the clock. I thought, a few minutes late. That won't matter. Oh, hello. I got straight to the front of the queue. Oh, hello. I said, Chris Reardon, please. I've got an asthma review. Oh, okay. So she said, they start flicking through the book. No, not through a book. They start typing, don't they? On the typewriter. She's like this. What time was it? I said, I think it was about 12:20. What was the name again? Reardon, please. Reardon. And she's scrolling up and down. Oh, yes, there it. Oh. She says, 12:20. I said, yes. And this couch, she turns around, right? Oh, you're 10 minutes late. Yeah, I couldn't find anywhere to park my bike. Oh, looks back at the clock again. Well, I don't know if she'll be able to see you now. I thought, here we go. What is it with those damn people on reception desks in doctors that are all so powerful. What's all that about? Please tell me. It's the only bit of power they are ever likely to have in their entire lives, isn't it, eh? And they have to use it on you, the poor infected patient. Yes, I'm sitting there practically on the floor dying in front of her. And she tells me that I'm 10 minutes late. What a cheek, dear. 10 minutes late. Incidentally, talking about being alive and dead, I noticed a couple of shows ago. I don't know what I was talking. I can't remember what I was talking about now. But I finished a sentence with "when I was alive." God, no! Didn't anyone? Someone noticed that? No, who was it who noticed that? I think it might have been Ross, actually. I don't know what came over me there. When I was alive, I said something like that. Or it should have been when I was there. How do you make a mistake like that when you're talking to friends, eh? God's sake. Anyway, back to the asthma review. Oh, she says, just a minute. She picks up the phone. Tap, 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 tap. And then she winks at me. I might have to tell a white lie. Oh, okay, thanks very much. I've got to thank her now. That's what she wants. A lot of people are into thanks, aren't they? You can't do anything, or they can't do anything for you without expecting a bit of a thanks. You know people like that? Oh, come on, you do. You absolutely do, don't you, eh? Anyway, so she picks up this phone. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, hello, Sue. Yeah, I've got Mr. Reardon out here. Yes, it's for the asthma review. He's 10 minutes late. Looks at the clock again, right? She kept clocks, on the right-hand side on the board. She looks at the clock again. And she said, yeah, we had a bit of a queue here at the front desk, and he couldn't get to the front of the queue to booking. That's why it's... Oh, yeah, yes, yeah. I'll send him through. Yeah, okay. Thanks ever so much, Sue. And she said, there you go, my love. She says, a little white lie. I said, oh, telling lies on the phone. She says, it's only a little white lie, only done to help you. Just go down there, turn right in the corridor and have a seat down there. So I went down there, sat down there. Well, I waited 10 blooming minutes. I then waited for this nurse for 10 minutes to see me. And then the door opened and 2 other people came out, obviously patients. So what's all the blooming fuss about? Oh, God's sake. Anyway, so I went into the nurse and she sat me down. I said, yeah, I had the ambulance out a couple of weeks ago. I said, I had very bad breathing. I think it's due to the cat. She said, okay. So she gave me this thing to blow in. Right, because when you get asthma, you're supposed to go to the doctors. I think, I go once a year. And you blow in this thing. It's quite, I suppose, looks a bit like a toilet roll. It does. Look, without the paper around the outside. The inside of a toilet roll looks a bit like that. And on the top, it's got this meter. So when you blow in this thing, the meter goes so far forward, and I suppose it tells you the efficiency of the blow. Is it? I don't know what it does, but it's a very simple thing. There's no batteries or anything like that in it. So I blow in this thing like that. Yeah, like that. It's not an extended blow. You don't go... It's a quick, sharp... like that. And then the meter goes so far forward. So this nurse looks at it. Oh, 450. I said, okay. I said, yes. What does that mean? I don't know, do I? We're not doctors and nurses, dear. Tell us what's going on. If you want to know, that is. I personally think that you shouldn't always know entirely what's going on. I would, if something was terribly wrong and they thought they might be able to fix it, but then again they might not be able to fix it, I would rather not know until, I would rather not know. I think I said to you before, on a slightly serious note, that if I was to go and see someone who was dying in hospital, I wouldn't tell them they were dying. I'll see you tomorrow and all that business, because you can worry the life out of someone with too much information. You really can. Do you really want to know you're going to die? Or would you like to, hopefully the majority of us on this show, hopefully it'll just happen in our sleep. Now, of course, now you're going to worry tonight when you go to bed, aren't you? Oh, dear. No, I don't mean that. You understand what I mean. I certainly, I don't know about you, but I certainly am someone who does not need too much information. Just tell me the bare minimum of what I need to know and what I've got to do to try and sort something medical out, and I will follow it to the letter. But don't tell me all the different possibilities, because then you go home, you sit there, and you'll worry your life out, wouldn't you? You will absolutely worry, like the asthma attack. Okay, I knew asthma, tight chest. I'm sitting there, chest is getting tighter and tighter, or was it? I'm still convinced that a lot of that was a panic attack. Anyway, so I blew. So she said, "Go on, have another go." I went like that. I didn't go. I went, and this one was 550. Okay, and she said, "Go on, one more then, best of three." That was about 500. She said, "Yeah, that's fine." She says, "A little bit lower, but that's fine." She said, "So." It sounds to us like it was the cats, and since the incident, Kate is back in the kitchen and is as happy as anything. She's not like scratching at the door or meowing, trying to come in. She's got a little pet duvet. Katie's is my cat. A little pet duvet in the corner of the kitchen, away from drafts, you know. She happily sits on that. And then when I come into the kitchen, sometimes she gets up and comes over for a little bit of a stroke, which is fine. I can stroke the cat, I can kiss the cat, but I need to wash my hands and my mouth afterwards straight away. And when I say kiss the cat, I don't mean on the lips. I mean my sister, my sister Sharon, she actually kisses the cats and the dogs on the lips. Oh dear, I can't be doing that. But we love our pets, don't we? I told you before, didn't I? All her animals sleep in the same room as her and her husband Martin. It's true. There's 3 dogs and 3 cats. They've all got beds. It's fantastic. And when I'm up there and she goes to bed, she said, "I'm going to bed now, Chris, because usually I'll stay up in the living room for a while watching the telly." And she gets up, "Good night, Chris," and then they all follow her in. She's like a shepherd. She is like a shepherd. She'd be good working in fields and places like that. Anyway, so finish with the nurse, and she says, "Yeah, well, if it's the cats, already it sounds like you're doing the right thing." She's back in the kitchen. As I say, the weather has changed again here. It's actually quite pleasantly warm the last couple of days. We've certainly been into 10, 11 degrees centigrade. I'm sorry, I can't convert that to... well, can I 10... 20, 30, 40, 50, I suppose mid-50s Fahrenheit. So, I mean, relatively speaking, to how it has been with the snow and that, it's actually warmed up quite a lot. So each day I've been able to throw open all the windows for a number of hours, actually, 3 or 4 hours, and hoover the entire house every day. And it appears to have helped. And I'm, at the moment, not using the asthma puffer at all. Not at all, so I'm quite pleased with that. So that's the asthma story there, all right? Chrissy Wissy, better again? Yes. Now, there's an email address to the show. Oh, have I introduced myself yet? We've been rabbiting on now for 14 minutes. There might be new people. If you are a new person, greetings and welcome. My name's Chris Reardon. This is United Kingdom Talk, my 3 times a week talk show. Main website for the show you can find at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Other problems this week? Oh, dear me, the website. Oh my God, my main website. Now, most of it's back up and running now. It's looking slightly different. My main website, my personal one, which links to virtually everything I do, is chrisreardon.co.uk. All right, chrisreardon.co.uk. Well, you know I've got a new computer, and I'm gradually moving from the old to the new. We're almost there now. I've actually got 3 computers in front. Oh, it's like the BBC television centre here today. It really is. I've got 3 computers all flashing away in front of me. Oh, it's marvellous. Oh, I love it. But that will go back down to 2 shortly. And I thought, as I've been doing things... 1 minute, I'm going to... Just a minute. Stay there. Don't move. 1 minute. Don't move. Right. as I've been carrying on, as I say, I'm moving from one computer to the other, and gradually I'm doing more and more on the new one and less on the old one. So last week? Yeah, I decided that I'd, in future, do the updates to my website on the new computer. So I did all that, and then I sent it up, and then it asked me this question. It says, "Oh, there's lots on the what is it now? Technical people will understand this. There's lots on the basically, it said there's lots on the server that there isn't on your local computer. Shall we delete the stuff on the server and upload it?" And I thought, well, that's no problem at all. I thought to myself, because that's the one I've updated. So I said yes. After that, the website went completely down and stayed down for 2 days. Oh, it was a nightmare. An absolute nightmare, dear. And I couldn't get it going. Not only could I not get it going, but the guy who built the website about 6 years ago, he couldn't get it going either. He got it back up after about a day and a half, but it wasn't doing what it used to do. The various things were not going, like if you clicked on something, it wouldn't go to the right place. Oh, anyway, and I have to say, thank you very much to James Dean of matineeshow.co.uk, right? I have to say thank you to him, because he had a look at it and said it was an absolute mess at the server end. So he decided the best way to do it was to start again, quite literally from scratch. So I had a little chat with him on the phone. I said, well, there's certain things on there I have been wanting to clean it up for quite some time. So he said, all right then. He said, tell me what you want left on there. Oh, do you know, I've got a bit of a not bad chest, but I keep having to go like that today. I haven't done that for a long time, have I, actually? The old coughing the phlegm up, eh? I mean, it's not that bad. I'm not going... I mean, it's not as bad as that. Oh, isn't that awful when you hear that in the street? People walking... Oh, I hate that. That is just so vile. Vile. And you look on the floor and there... Oh, no. Anyway, yeah, so James Dean says, tell me what you want to leave there and tell me what you want to remove. So I did. And that night, he stayed up till... I think I started speaking to him about 11 o'clock. One night this was, and he stayed up till 4 o'clock getting something up and running. So I don't know what to say. Thank you very much, James Dean. It wouldn't take any money, I'm pleased to say. Oh God, because you can spend a lot of money having a website done. A lot of money, £300 or £400. Quite honestly, I don't know how the people make any money, because I certainly wouldn't pay that. If I had to pay that for a website, I would make myself go out and learn how to actually do it. I think that's an awful lot of money. It is a lot of time to do it, but let's face it, boys who works on websites, most of you are working from home. You know, it's not like you have to get out of the house. So I think that's an awful lot of money, £300 or £400 a website. So James did it. He wouldn't take any money. So I'm going to give him, I think I'll give him a bottle of vodka and a bottle of Tia Maria. Eh? That's all right, isn't it? Oh, yeah, I'm a great believer in work done like that. So there we are, that's the Asthma. The website is, I think it's fully functional again now. Apologies to any of the other little radio stations who actually download the show from a special address that I gave them. But indeed, that address also has changed because of all these problems, all right? So I must apologise there. Right, let's do some emails then. I so much more to tell you, but we haven't got time. We ain't got time. Oh, you remember that gadget I said? I don't know if I told you. My creative, what is it? Creative Zen Sleek MP3 player, which is quite large. But nevertheless, I've had this. It's actually large and heavy. I can't believe that I used to go jogging with this. It's about the size of a cigarette packet and about half the width. All right? And I thought it was dead, because the battery just wouldn't charge, or it would charge like for half an hour and then it would die. And then my mate Ron told me that I should charge what I can, then turn it on and leave it on, let it completely die, and then charge it again, leave it on, let it completely die. Do it 3 times, and then he reckons the battery will have sorted itself out. And I have to say, I've done it once so far. I'm on the second one now. So just before I came up to do the show today, I charged it overnight, and I've just turned it on again now. So I just leave that to the side now and let the battery completely die. I'll do it once more, and he reckons that will recondition the battery, because he thinks I've been like charging it up like an hour at a time instead of leaving it for a few hours. So I'm going to try that. So thank you for that, Ron. There's an email address to the show. It's chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. I've also got a slip. I got my arms out today. Look, there's not really much muscle. I'm trying to get a muscle up, but it's not really happening. My muscles appear to grow down. I think what's happening. Look. I mean, oh no, they're not bad actually, are they? I'm just if I don't tense my muscle and flick the bottom of my arm, it's like bingo wings. Actually, do you know what bingo wings are? Oh, well, they're the bits of flesh that hang down from elderly ladies when they're a bit older. I seem to be getting those. But if I tense the muscle, let me try. Oh yeah. No, it's not bad now. Look. It's it is still wobbling. Oh well. My friend Ronnie goes down the gym. I can't be doing with that. Oh no, bores me to tears. Okay, first couple of emails, quite quick ones they are. It's Ross P, who I mentioned a couple of times already. He's had a lot of adverts for his show there today, hasn't he? Don't forget, if you want to listen to his show, he does a live show, actually. A live show. Go to his main website, Ross Pat Zelt, ROSSPATZ, or Z, ELT.co.uk. RossPatZelt.co.uk. All right? And he does various little things. Good little podcast on there. He is unrestricted. I think sometimes he pushes the barriers. So watch out, boys and girls. There might be swearing on there. You won't hear it on this Clean Family programme, I tell you that now, my loves. And he writes, nice email. I was catching up on one of your shows yesterday for the weekly United Kingdom Talk Omnibus. Yeah, because what Ross does, he downloads the 3 shows a week in one go. Now, podcast listeners and YouTube, Current TV and MySpace and Google viewers will know already, if you're regular, that there are new shows every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday. Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday, and that's the same for the podcast site or iTunes and unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. That's when the new shows are on there. If you're listening to this via a radio station, then check your local radio station show times for details, all right? He says, I find the Millie Skype call fascinating. Yes, Millie from Minnesota. Oh, my bin's all the way over there. Just a minute. We had Millie from Minnesota on the other day, didn't we? Oh, she's a nice girl, she is. She just tried to get me sometimes on the Skype, along with other people, I have to say. And I often miss people. The trouble is Skype. What is Skype? It's a free communication service on the internet. Now I do have it, but I found similar to MSN. The problem with Skype is that you're in the office or in the studio in this case, working away, and people pop up to say hello. And you can't actually get on with anything, and do you see what I mean? So now I don't fire it up too much, and it's a shame, really. It's like the telephone, right? I don't know if you heard it a little while ago, but it rang while I was talking to you, so I have to ignore it. Otherwise, we can't get on with it. Do you see what I mean? And while you're on the computer sometimes, and then someone's trying to call you or speak to you. And I wish I had more time to do that. But as soon as you start speaking to them, you can't do anything. And even if you say, oh, I'm busy at the moment, or just quickly they say, can I ask you? And it's just, I do feel rude not being able to answer a lot of those calls sometimes. But what can you do? It's like if you answer the call, everything will suddenly come to an abrupt halt and can't continue until you finish the call. And then it's likely you'll get another one on. I notice actually when I fire up Skype and people like the little names flash at the bottom, that's the other thing, there won't just be one of them. It's like they've seen you suddenly come up, so they try and get you quickly. And then 3 lights will flash. And that would like be 3 calls that you need to talk to before carrying on with whatever you're doing. Certainly doing this show, for example. You know, if I fire up Skype now and these names flash, how can I possibly talk to them while I'm chatting to you as well? It's a bit like being out. You know, like sometimes you're out and you're having a discussion with someone. Someone comes along and tries to talk, and you can't. Well, I can't deal with all these things at the same time, dear. Oh, I live my life in chaos as it is. So if you are one of my Skype people, then apologies to you. Okay. Best way, really, the best way to connect to me is by the email or indeed Facebook. I've got Facebook as well. That way, your message sits there and waits for a moment when I can reply it. With Skype, it's instant. So if I don't reply to you then and then, if you did want something, you would have forgotten in 10 minutes. If you do it on the Facebook or the email, then it sits there and will be dealt with. You know? So, you know the email, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. And my Facebook, I'm Chris Reardon London. Chris Reardon London. And I've just changed my little profile photo there of one of me standing in front of St. Paul's Cathedral. Oh, yes, it's very nice. I had a lovely meal with my friend. Do you remember Wayne the butler? He's now working and living in the city of London. And you won't believe this. From his window, okay, he can see St. Paul's Cathedral. It's like I wouldn't say it's a stone's throw away, but he can walk there within 5 minutes from where he lives. How fantastic is that? I mean, I can't say where he lives and all this because it's a very important job he's got. Nothing to do with the government, but when you go into his house, you remember the hallway in Dynasty, yeah? Do you remember Dynasty, or Dynasty, as you Americans call it, didn't you? Remember Dynasty? That's how it is. In fact, I would say it's even more classy than that. I mean, in Dynasty, of course, it was a studio, wasn't it? Was it a real house? I don't know. But that's how it is. You go in, and there's this stair thing that goes right up to it's beautiful. Beautiful place, and he's got state rooms where you can have banquets and all that, and he's in charge of it all. Fantastic. So there's a little picture of me, all right? Chris Reardon London, if you want to try and find me on the Facebook. And send us a message. I'll always reply to messages, all right, on the email or Facebook. Now, Louise, hello, Louise. You've sent me a blank email, love. Look, I've got your address at the top, and there's nothing on it. What's going on there, dear? You sent that on the 17th of February. Does that help? Probably not, does it, eh? Thank you, Louise. Don't know what you wanted, darling, but you sent me a blank email, so I'll assume you wanted to say hello, hope you are well, and I hope you are too, Louise, all right? Let's go down to Brighton. This is someone who's watched one of the old shows. You can, of course, listen to any of the old shows going right the way back to October 2005 now. We've been going that long. Incidentally, the video shows are now over a year old. Can you believe that? I've been doing the video shows now for a year. Those of you listening may not know that, but the show is available in video or audio, okay? And same address as always. You can find it all at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Take your choose. If you really think I'm that ugly, and I certainly do, believe me, then you don't have to watch. You can just listen. Instructions are right at the top. Chris Reardon, unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Hello to Tony in Brighton. He says, I hope you don't mind me emailing you. I just listened to one of your older shows, the 8th of January 2009. I wanted to let you know I'm thinking of you and know how you feel with regards to the sad passing of one of your cats. Tiny, of course. Listening to you talk about Tiny and her passing had me in tears walking down the street, and also had me thinking about my own past family pets being taken away. Thanks for sharing your stories and life with us all. Maybe I'll see you in Brighton sometimes and buy you a cup of tea. And that's from Tony Ballum from Brighton Beach Limited. I wonder what that is, Brighton Beach Limited. We'll have to have a look at that. Yes, not sure what that is. Thank you, Tony, for your kind words there. Yeah, I must have a look at that site, actually. I don't know what it is, Brighton Beach Limited. Is that like an events thing? I don't know. What do you do, Tony? Have you got a website? I'll have a look later. Well, I can have a quick look now. Oh, no, because I've got the other computer fired up now, haven't I? So I can do these things now. It doesn't say it's got a website there. BB Beach. Okay, let's try that. 1 minute. 1 minute, Matt. I want to see what he does. I'm just being nosy, really. I like to know what's going on. You know that. 1 minute. Oh, just leaning over. The other keyboard's right over the other side. Anything happening there? Oh, no. Just a minute. Just a minute. Anything happening? No? Oh, nothing's come up for that. Maybe I need a... No, nothing there. Maybe I need a... Oh, I've got too many bees there. Just a minute. Let's just get rid of one of the bees. bbbeach.co.uk. That's... No, not finding anything there. Oh, there it is. What is it? What do they do? Home. Oh, I think he might be just building that website, actually. Home. What's home? Home. No, nothing there. Oh. Okay. Oh, hang on. Limited. I think he's... Yes. I think it's just building... Are you just building that website, Tony? All I've got is like a holding page with a picture of Brighton Beach, it looks like. Very nice, dear. Very nice. I quite like the pier at Brighton. It's not... I mean, there is fruit machines and things on there, but it's not over the top. You can actually walk along there, parts of it where there are no machines and things. It's quite nice. You go on some of these piers at seasides, and it's just machines everywhere, isn't it? And no donkeys. Do you have any donkeys? I've never seen donkeys at Brighton Beach. My sister has donkeys at Skegness. Oh, they're sad-looking things, aren't they, donkeys? You just want to pick one up and cuddle it, but they're too heavy. It looks, to be honest, my sister come running to... Oh, let's look at the donkeys. She said, well, the donkeys started running the other way. They probably thought she was going to sit on them. Poor things, dear. They don't want their backs broken, Sharon. God's sake. Hello to Suko in New York. Do you remember that photo I had of myself and Cristiano Ronaldo enjoying an afternoon session in the pool? You know, just laying there and relaxing. And I was looking at it, and I wasn't sure whether it was Cristiano's. When I first looked at it, I thought, oh my God, what's that? Oh, and I thought, no, it was the camera angle where the foot, it was Cristiano's foot. I was worried that it was something else. And she says, of course it was Cristiano's foot. We all know yours is a lot bigger. Well, I don't know about that. Now, let me have a look at my foot now. Do you think I've got bigger feet than Cristiano Ronaldo? I wouldn't know about that. Also, oh, stop it. Also, look closer at the picture. There are some of your other favourite people in the jacuzzi with you and Cristiano Ronaldo. Yes, I did notice. My nephews and my niece, Tracy. They're all in the picture. We love it. By the way, I wrote, you are my favourite CR. Not Chris... What? I wrote, you are my favourite CR, not Chris Reardon. Eh? Oh, you'll have to rewrite that bit, Suko. That's not making sense. I wrote, you are my favourite CR, not Chris Reardon. Did you realise... Don't know what that means. Did you realise you and Cristiano share the same initials and the same birthday? Yes, the links just go on and on. He's going to be knocking round here in a minute. I know, sooner or later, he'll be like that. Hello, you Chris. And I'll open the door and he'll be down there. Cristiano Ronaldo in those little white shorts that he wears when he's playing the football, bless his heart, dear. He said, some of my listeners have wrote to me, say you might like to go out on a date. My car's outside. Oh, I'd be whisked away to have dinner. What is he, Portuguese? I don't know anything about Portuguese food. I like Italian. Is it similar? What can you have as Portuguese food? What would Cristiano give me to eat? Any ideas? No. I don't know what Portuguese food, or what is it? I don't know. It goes on to say, I'm the one who told you that, as in Suko. Give me credit where it should. Oh, you see, Suko's one of those people who likes thanks. She has to be thanks and credited all the time. She's weaveling her way into all these other radio stations, dear. But this is where she started. When Suko moves or whatever, there will be a plaque on the wall where she lives now. Suko, brackets, United, and it will say, brackets, United Kingdom Talk. Won't say anything else, okay? Because that's where she started. If you are doing another radio show and Suko rings you, just remember she started here. Okay? As she says, also, I also send you the figurines, by the way. That's the little, where is it now? I've only got one here now because she gave me 2 figurines of Cristiano Ronaldo, which I have to say don't really look like him. But it has got the white shorts. Funnily enough, on the figurine, the white shorts don't look as good as they do on Cristiano Ronaldo's bum. They really don't. But there we are. Thank you, Suko. Always loved to hear from you, my darling. And hello to Maggie. Hello, Maggie, my darling, who's recently become a Facebook friend. She says, thanks, Chris. I enjoy listening to most of your podcasts on Live 365 at work today with earbuds. I've got earbuds. Look, earbuds. These. Okay, let me just... 1 minute. These are small headphones which cover the entire ear, okay? They are small headphones. I've got big headphones. Which I love these headphones. The sound on these is just fantastic. If you ever want to buy a really good pair of headphones, then purchase, okay, the Bayer Dynamic Model DT770. All right? If you're ever thinking about... Now, they're not cheap. You're looking at about £85 for these. But let me tell you, you buy a pair of these, you've got them for years. When I first started DJing, oh my God, the amount of headphones... These are good for radio presenters or DJs alike. I have one pair in here and one pair in my bag downstairs from my laptop where I DJ with. Okay? Once again, it's the Bayer Dynamic DT770. The quality of the sound coming through these and the bass response, because it's important if you're DJing to have really good bass response, is fantastic. All right, so they're big headphones. And these little things here, these are earbuds. And they stick in your ears. Now, took me a long time to get... Oh, hang on, I've got my wires caught up. Took me a long time to get used to these. Because I didn't like things going in my ear holes. Certainly not cotton buds. You should never put cotton buds in your ears. So these are earbuds. And I use those when I'm listening to my... one of the little MP3 players that I've got. Anyway, Maggie listens with her earbuds. She is one of our... You're a secret listener, aren't you, Maggie? You're sitting there in an office of people plugged into the back of your computer and they don't know. They don't know. Don't share it. Remember, it's our secret, okay? Don't share it. If you sit there, if people say, what are you laughing at? If I might remotely say something funny and sort of sit there giggling, don't tell them. Don't you dare tell them. I don't want too many people to know. It's a secret. I will look up your young protege on YouTube. Yes, he's doing well. YouTube.com/Fizzer S. Oh, hang on. I got it wrong the other time. I better look that up as well. Let me just check his name. Because I got it wrong last. He was upset with me. No, he wasn't. He got the thing wrong. www.youtube.com/Fizzer FIZZASAP. Fizzer, okay? YouTube.com/ Oh, is it /user? One minute. Let me just check that. Don't want to give you dodgy information again. 1 minute. Might be you. Oh no, that you don't. You can either put the user in or not if you want. www.youtube.com/Fizzer FIZZAS for sugar, AP. And he's done a couple of videos as like a... What's the word? When you do something that's already a film. When you take off a film. What's that called now? I don't know. He's done something that's like a film. Back to the Future, or Back to the... He's called it Back to the Unknown. Parts 1 and 2. And it's quite good. It's very clever, some of it. He's quite good with trick camera work and graphics and things like that. Have a look, all right? Maggie says, I have some thoughts on your discussion of whether phrases such as stupid one-eyed idiot or puff are actually abusive or insulting. Yeah, we had that thing because we got that, what's his name? Gordon Banks is a bit upset because a TV person, now who was it? Thinking carefully now. Oh, I can't remember. Someone called Gordon Brown, who is our Prime Minister, a one-eyed Scottish idiot. And this Gordon Banks was ever so offended by that. He was so offended. Quite frankly, I don't think he was offended at all. He just wanted a bit of publicity, you see. These minor MPs they are desperate to get on the telly. So as soon as they find something that they think they can use, they're out with it. Get a life and a sense of humour, dear. That presenter didn't for one moment say that all Scottish people are one-eyed idiots. He did not say that. He said Gordon Brown is a one-eyed Scottish idiot, and he is. He's like that all the time, isn't he? Do you think one of Gordon Brown's eyes are false? Oh, the way he keeps squinting like that, doesn't he? Eh? He didn't mean that at all, did he? Get a life, Gordon Banks, or get out of the way and get someone else in who's got a sense of humour. Don't be so miserable all the time in your lonely, sad little life. Please, cheer up. Didn't mean that at all. You're looking for faults, aren't you? You're nitpicking. Huh? As a victim of a verbally abusive husband in the past, Maggie says, I'm sorry to hear that. I have learnt that it is the target who decides if it's abusive. And it's the target's opinion is the one that counts. So if you were to come round here, all right, you old puff, how are you? I wouldn't be offended. Not at all. Not at all. Someone else might be. I don't know why. Because like I say, I mean, people's sense of humour is not as it used to be. It really isn't. And it's a shame. Why can't we laugh at things that actually are quite funny? An outsider cannot say, it wouldn't hurt my feelings, so it shouldn't hurt yours. This I was taught at the YWCA, I know what that is, the Young Women's Christian Association, which is a great resource for people, mostly women, in abusive situations, in a domestic abuse support group, which lasts about 16 weeks and is very clarifying. When my local YWCA answers the phone, they say, YWCA, eliminating racism and empowering women. Keep up the interesting broadcast, and that's from Maggie. Thank you, Maggie. Yes, interesting point there. You're quite right, of course. It's the person on the receiving end of the comment who must decide whether it's offensive or not. I think it's a case of one size does not fit all. Not everyone will be happy for you to shout puff at them. I will. A lot of my friends will. We call each other that. Puff. But some people will. Why? I don't know. I really don't. I do think it's a lack of a sense of humour, and I think it's very sad where so many people are offended by so many things, and nothing was ever meant by it. Nothing was ever meant by probably that guy calling Gordon Brown a one-eyed Scottish idiot. Nothing was meant by it. So why have you blown it out of all proportion, eh? Maybe Gordon Banks didn't blow it out of all proportion. Maybe it was the newspapers who picked him up on it and started firing it. Because the Daily Mail is the worst one for that. Oh, God. I used to be a great fan of the Daily Mail, but now they seem to pick up little bits and pieces off the telly and they blow them out of all... And it makes matters worse, quite frankly. It really does. It's Wayne Anonymous. Hello, Wayne. Greetings from Phil. Anonymous. Now, this is a copy letter that he sent to favour SAP, my new young friend on the YouTube who does his own videos. And he says, greetings, Phil, from Anonymous. Chris Reardon, me, charges 25 pence each time one of his audience members visits an online programme that he has endorsed. James Dean and Madam Aries from the Matinee Show have not paid their invoices in over a year. Well, we're not surprised at that, are we? Because they're from the north. And I told you right at the beginning of the programme, you give them an inch and they take a mile, dear. Won't be any money coming from that lot anyway, huh? When an envelope arrives in the post with a return address of Reardon Properties, James Dean crosses out the name and prints no longer at his address on the envelope. It's shocking. That's the sort of person he is. I mean, he may have done my website, you see, but it's all a cover. He probably did the website, sorted the website out as a cover. If I do this, then I'll be in again. I'm not stupid, James. I know why you did it. Trying to get in my inner circle, aren't you? You're trying to get in my inner ring. That's what's going on, James. I know that. Chris Reardon's advanced age. Pardon? What do you mean, given Chris Reardon's advanced age? Advanced? You may be able to work in Chris's garden or wash windows to pay off your outstanding fees. And I'm not having anyone mucking about in my garden, thank you very much. I look after the garden. That's my thing, that is. But you can come and wash the windows if you want. Incidentally, Fizz name is Fizzer. SAP's real name is Phil, okay? So I should try and refer to you as Phil a bit. But Phil, if you want to do you do windows? Whereabouts are you anyway in the UK? I don't know where you are. Are you near here? I do need my windows done. I'll leave a key under the mat. I'll be out probably most of tomorrow. If you could pop round tomorrow and do them and just leave a little note, windows done. Thank you. And that can be payment for me mentioning your show. Keep making those videos. This email is to Phil, okay? Keep in those videos and you may soon receive an offer for the position of press secretary here in the States. The man who currently holds that position is a very poor public speaker. Bye for now, Anonymous. Thank you, Wayne. That's a little carbon copy email that he sent to Phil, Fizzer SAP, all right? Now, we had a very short email here from a young lady called Heidi, who is in London. And a couple of shows ago, we were mentioning what it must be like to lose a child some way or another, whether by accident or disease, or doesn't matter. Losing a child must be one of the worst things in the world. It happened to my aunt and uncle a few years ago. I think I told you. Must be coming on 9 or 10 years now, actually. And Heidi writes, I can tell you exactly what it's like to lose a baby. It's horrible. I had a miscarriage 14 years ago, and I still think about it now. It's the worst moment in any woman's life. There are some things you can deal with. You can never get over losing a baby. Love from Heidi. So thank you for that, Heidi. And I'm sure there are other ladies in the same boat as you, losing a child, whether it's I mean, a miscarriage is a child, isn't it? You know, just because it hasn't come out yet doesn't mean it's because it's alive in you, isn't it? It's just horrendous. Thank you for that, Heidi, for sharing that with us. Email address to the show, once again, if you want to join in at any time, please feel free to do so. The emails are taking a little bit of time to come up at the moment because there is such a large backlog at the moment, but we will get through them all, okay? But at some point, Chris at UnitedKingdomTalk.co.uk. Chris at UnitedKingdomTalk.co.uk. Hello to Leo in Norway, who says, hello again, Mr. Reardon. Some shows back you wanted to know about the time for sowing tomato seeds, because Leo is a proper gardener. He's not an amateur like me, he does it proper, innit? Yeah. Guess you in England can start some weeks earlier here in Norway, so I would think the beginning of March would be about the right time to sow tomato seeds. Right, in that case, I shall go out. I know they've got some actually at the supermarket. I might get some from there. And I'm going to do that this year. I'm going to grow tomato plants. All right, I'll keep you informed with a couple of shows in the garden once it gets warm. Actually, I was going to go out in the garden today. Funnily enough, now it is a bit still cold, but it's a beautiful sunny day outside, and I didn't have time to set my camera up and all that sort of thing out in the garden. But I'd have to wear a coat. You don't mind if I wear a coat while I'm doing the show, do you? Got a wrap up one, maybe a hat on as well. One very important thing to remember, Leo says, once the seeds start to sprout, light must be given if they are not getting daily sunlight. All right, so don't leave them locked up in that lovely warm cupboard. They must get light as soon as they poke their little heads through the earth. The seeds need to stay around 20 to 24 degrees to get started, but when the seedlings are 1 to 2 centimetres above ground, lower temperatures to say 18 to 21 degrees. Okay. At that stage, more light is needed, and the warmer the room, the more light must be given in one way or another. So that's interesting to know. I have grown stuff like on the windows, started off in the airing cupboard and then in the windowsills before. I have a small propagator with bottom heat that I put the trays in after sowing. This is a very good investment because the box has a hard plastic dome with 2 small adjustable ventilated openings on the top of the dome. Maybe you have seen them, as I know they are much used in your country. Yes, I certainly have, actually. As you have a minimum of heating in your house. Oh, you know I don't turn it. I have actually been turning the heating on recently. A minimum of heating in your house. I love it. I've lost the place now. 1 minute. Where's that gone now? As you have a minimum of heating in your house, it can come in handy. Just plug it in and most tender seeds will benefit from the ground heat in the environment of the box. Remove from propagator as soon as most seeds have shown up, which will be about 7 to 10 days. You also asked about... I'll probably put them in the airing cupboard, actually. You also asked about which kinds to show. There are lots of new ones around these days, but choosing an award-winning kind that gives good crops and the most... aromatic. Thompson and Morgan has many varieties in their catalogue this year, ordinary size or cherry types. I like probably Moneymaker or Gardener's Delight. I do know there are a couple that I've grown before with some success when I used to live with Mum and Dad in Roehampton. We only had flats and we had pots all along the balcony. Loads of tomatoes, loads of them. When you need advice, I'll be here to help you or other listeners. There you go. If you've got any gardening questions, send them in. Chris@UnitedKingdomTalk.co.uk. The best results of greenhouses, of course, be preferred. I don't have one of those. But if the summer is sunny and warm, outdoors will also do as well. That's all from me now. Leo the gardener in Norway. And he says, P.S. The flower arrangement was made by me last autumn. Just pop into the garden and find things to use. And he's got this picture of a flower arrangement that he's done. I've just realised I didn't move my plant into position, did I? 1 minute. I forgot, there we are. I forgot to move my plant into position today. Oh, we're nearly finished as well. God, what a shame. Do anyone used to make mustard and cress? Did anyone grow mustard and cress at all? Anyone do that? Huh? Here, look, a parcel's arrived. I've actually got 2 parcels here. I'm very excited. Look at this. Parcel has arrived. And I need to open one of them today. Oh, which one's like? Is it? Are they? I don't know if they're in parts. 1 and 2. Yes. We'll open this quickly and see where it's from. Who it's come from. Thanks for that, Leo. Nice to hear from you. Who grew mustard and cress at school? Anyone do that? Yes, I did. Right. Let's see what we've got in here. I've been sent a gift. Ooh. Ooh. What is it? How lovely. Must see what this is. 1 minute. I'm getting confused here with the emails. We're not gonna get few of these, are we? We're not gonna get through these again. Ooh. And there's a mug as well in here. Okay. And you'll be glad to know they're not broken. Whoever sent this is a smoker. Aren't you a smoker? I can smell cigarette smoke on it. Oh, that's nice. Oh my God. Oh my God, it's a mug with a picture of one of those awful squirrels on it. Oh, you must really hate me for sending that. You know the squirrels have dug up my pots a month or so ago, a couple of months ago. Do you remember that? They stole my bulbs in my hanging basket. Evil. I must say, the cat's quite good with the squirrels. As soon as she hears a squirrel, she's there. She crouches down and watches them. And then she suddenly makes a bit. She's not caught one yet, unfortunately, because they go straight up the tree. It's also sent me a plate here. Oh, I know who this is from now. It's an Isle of Wight plate. Oh, that's beautiful. It's sent me a lovely China Isle of Wight plate. That is so nice. That really is. Thank you so much for that. And that will be going on the wall or somewhere when we eventually move the studio around. Thank you. And I'll keep that. What a beautiful plate. It's got a picture here of different things that you can go and see on the Isle of Wight. Highly recommended that. If you come to the UK, take a little day trip to the Isle of Wight. There's so much to do there. You've got the windmill at Bembridge, the steam railway, the Needles, which are basically just lumps of rock that are in the sea. But it just looks strange. It's real. There's a place called God's Hill. I've been to all these places. Sandown Bay, Ventnor, Cowes, Newport Guildhall, and Shanklin Old Village. I love that name for a town. As Shanklin Old Village, windmill, steam railway, and they're the Needles. These are the Needles, which are three rocks sort of in the sea. And such a beautiful plate that is. Thank you so much for that. And that'll be going on the wall with my other plate from, of course, Southfork in Dallas, and the pictures and bits and pieces will all be going up there when we have the move around in the studio. I'm still waiting for a date for my dear niece to come round and decorate the place with her boyfriend. And we're out of time there, I'm afraid. Ooh, look at these emails building up again. More of those on the next show. As always, thank you so much for watching and listening to the show today. My name's Chris Reardon. It's Chris at UnitedKingdomTalk.co.uk if you'd like to email the show. Chris at UnitedKingdomTalk.co.uk. See you on the next one. Bye bye now.